break.
I feel like almost everyone had like that one kid in their town that like everyone knew about that killed someone or something, you know?
We had a guy who, and this, you got to keep in mind, this is in the years right after 9/11, everybody was real sensitive about anything at all. And this kid was like 16 years old, and he was riding around town with a .22 rifle just shooting stuff, like shooting the windows out of the bank, shooting those inflatable Santa Clauses in people's yards. It was that time of year. And he was just shooting the windows out of like banks and grocery stores, and they called him the Livonia Sniper. And it's like, all right, that maybe we've gone too far. But like, he got in so much
sniper
trouble.
ever, never hit a person.
No, never hit anybody. He wasn't intended to hit anybody. He was just, I mean, it was the equivalent of throwing rocks, you know, at windows and stuff. But he was doing
with extra risk.
Gun.
Yeah.
And dude, they disappeared that kid. I never saw Barkley again. I don't know what they did to him. Like he left the whole school system. Never saw him again. Don't know what they did to him.
So I'll go real quick. I want to hear Goblin's story. I knew both of them, the brother and sister. But if I know the story right, the sister turned off the TV while the brother was playing video games, and he murdered her with a hammer. The sister was my age. She was in my classes, and he was like 2 years younger.
What game? Though?
What? That's a good question. I'd have to assume something that you can't just sit still for a few minutes without consequences.
Back in the day,
was the murderer in your family?
Like,
not your family. I meant to say your town. You said everyone has that guy in their town.
There was a pretty legendary. Well, okay, legendary is probably not the word I want to use, but there was this kid who was like 2 grades above me, and there was a party, and it was like the school district over from mine, but like still close enough where everyone kind of mingled and everything. There was this kid named Zach who went to this party and was talking to this girl that he knew, and she rejected him. And like, apparently the story goes like, she said he was very ugly. That's like how the news story goes and everything, which he looks like shit if you've ever seen him. And he later that night goes to the girl's house, and he breaks into their house and stabs both of her parents with a kitchen knife, like from their kitchen. They both survive, and he's still in jail. And the girl he didn't touch. He just went and stabbed her parents. I'm pretty sure there's a news article for this too. Hold on, let me find it. I'll link it to you guys.
So he broke into a house and stabbed a girl's parents? What? I think I didn't. Why did he break in? What was the story?
He went to this party, and it was like just like a house party of some random person, and he was talking to this girl that was like in his grade that he knew there, that lived in the area, and was like trying to hit on her, and she denied him and like said something along the lines of like, "Oh, you're ugly" or something like that. And later that night, he leaves the party, and he knows where she lives, and he goes to her house and breaks in and goes into the kitchen and takes a knife and goes and stabs both of her parents. And I found the article actually. Here, I'll link it real quick. Right here. This is like 10 years ago. I was like a sophomore when this happened. But it says in the article, a teenager is accused of stabbing the parents of a girl who allegedly made comments about his looks at a party. DuPage County officials, I'm not going to say that last name. It's very long. But said Zachary, 18. It's a long one. Told police he was tired of being made fun of and tired of being told he was ugly. And like, dude, if you look at his picture in the article, he's ugly as fuck.
Better watch your back. Oh my!
Understandable. But apparently the male victim, the dad, fought him off, and like they both survived and everything. And it says the alleged offender is an acquaintance of the couple's 18-year-old daughter. Officials say he apparently was mad at her for making a disparaging comment about his looks while they were at the party. But he went to a high school in like a neighboring district called Naperville North, which is like right in my area where I grew up. Yeah.
Well, you don't.
I feel like you can't rehabilitate that kid.
I wonder what she said. He said he's tired of being told he's ugly. Okay. Did she really say, no, you're too ugly? Because that's harsh. I've been rejected many times, never with like that brutality.
First of all, homie is a rough looking guy.
Did you look at the picture in the article?
I did.
Rough,
I did. Yeah, it was halfway
He's a
through
bit of
the
a
video.
mongoloid. Not a good looking feller. A lot of facial hair for an 18-year-old. No, there's not. It's acne. My bad. Yeah, ugly guy. Ugly guy. I bet she said some mean, diabolical shit, dude. Because, like, my take is if he's wilding enough to go stab her parents, he was probably wacky enough to like hit on her in like a very Ford kind of way. And like when an ugly guy or anybody, if an ugly person hits on you, there's a little bit of this thing. It's like, you thought we were on the same level? And
yep, that's
we're not. It's almost an insult to you if like a real uggo or a real fatso hits on you. You're like, how dare you suggest that we are on the same like dating field platform? Like this is an insult to me. I need to tear you down to regain my self-worth. So I'm picturing that. I'm picturing that's what happened.
Insecure shit. I've been hit on by gay
insecure
guys.
Like an 18-year-old high school girl?
I thought dude's got good taste. Not gay.
That's exactly where I was going to go.
Was it? Yeah, but it wasn't an ugly guy. What if it was a real slob?
Nah, he was smoke show.
He was fucking smoke show. You were like, dude, our babies, if we could have babies, our butt babies' calves would be popping. Like, yeah, I know you thought that. This guy, if this guy hit on you, you'd be like, you're fucking an uggo, you creep. All right? I don't even want you to subscribe to me, you little punk. You're blocked.
As a straight man, I wouldn't fuck this guy, but as a gay man, I also would not fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's awful. Stabbed her parents to death. I wonder if he went there to get her and the parents. Oh, he left the party.
The parents both lived. Actually, he just stabbed him a lot of times, but they both
good
lived.
For them.
Yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, no one died, but I'm pretty sure the guy's still in jail. Sometimes when I'm bored, I go on to like Illinois inmate lookup, and you can look up his like mugshot and stuff. His latest
still
one.
Ugly.
I feel like this dude's better at murder than picking up girls because at least he came close.
Let's see if he's still ugly. I'll tell you in like 5 seconds.
Like, wouldn't that be the worst if they give him 35 years and he like blossoms in prison and he's a real cutie?
He's at the gym, you know, comes out all swole.
He blossomed into like a normal looking guy, kind of. I think actually.
He just had an awkward phase.
He actually did. Let me put a screenshot of this. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah, look at him.
He's gonna get out. He's gonna hit on a girl, and she's gonna
didn't. What are you talking about?
Dude, compared to the picture in the article, like, come on.
This guy could get cast in like a Lord of the Rings adaptation as some sort of a troll man or a goblin folk.
Okay,
I know for knowledge.
It's screwed in.
The picture I just put is like he could get cast. The picture in the article is like he's in makeup and like ready to go.
Let's show the pictures. Like, what is this guy going to do? Stab us?
Stab our parents.
Look at that guy.
Good look. What is it? This is a good-looking guy.
Lopsided, you know. He's got a bone shape.
He's oblong.
Yeah, I'm no phrenologist, but those measurements are not good. Polish.
We're gonna get a really mean comment from
better without
family
the beard.
members.
Like one of my biggest issues, how his head seems below the ears. His head is an extra large, and above the ears is just a large.
I'm wondering why his teeth don't all fit in his mouth. Like this is an ugly, like slow-witted fellow. Tell when someone looks in a camera if they got any wits about him. This is a dumb guy. You can tell.
Yeah, those dents on the side of your head, that's what contains the restraint from stabbing a girl who denies you sex from murdering her parents.
That's why his skull's so pointy.
He's cleared up the acne, though.
He does have a pointy head. I feel like if you dropped him head first in the sand, he'd go much deeper than me.
Yeah, he looks like a punch.
Like a bunker buster.
Marks for tooling. Yeah, what an ugly, terrible person.
I'm glad they lived.
I tire of him.
Yeah. Thank God.
Take him away. Get the hideous creature out of here.